of means are looking at
Hello everyone, this is Goddess Taya 4444.
So investors are going in and have
This
gone in and bought
reading
properties at really
is
rock
for
bottom
the
prices,
karmic
and people who are wanting to build homes that don't mind putting the additional money in to raise the
message
homes
from
to
the
a higher elevation,
divine.
whether it's through
Okay,
stilts or bringing up the elevation by
divine
fill.
is saying
That's an opportunity for them. Properties.
your
But for a lot of
intuition
buyers
is
who
cut
I would
off.
call, the more traditional buyers who are in a more affordable price
Somebody
point, it's very, very challenging because we don't have a huge inventory of
with
homes that
the
are in low-risk
initial
flood
W
zones. So the flood zones range basically from an
is
A
worried
to an X. X being the lowest risk, and A and AE being
about
the highest risk
his
flood zones.
car
So
being
I would tell
repossessed.
you right now that almost all of the
His
buyers I'm
or
working
her
with right
car
now do
being
not want to list their homes that are in an AE flood
repossessed.
zone.
This is for more
Especially
than
after a
one
season
of
like
you.
last season. Let's talk about the folks, because we just had a guest on yesterday whose home was completely
I'll tell you about this
destroyed by
card
Milton this
soon.
time last year. So I kind of want to talk to the folks that maybe have been impacted by this directly. What advice do you have for people who maybe are thinking about buying or selling their home in Florida right now, or maybe even trying to figure out, I don't want to go through this season again. I don't want to do this again. What advice do you have for those folks?
Well, I'm a native Floridian. I've been in Florida my entire life.
I saw the letter
What we experienced
J.
last year, I'm in the St. Petersburg area. We're in the central west coast of Florida. We're an amazing community, and so we're still seeing people
So
come here
karmic's
with an interest to
intuition has
buy.
been cut
Um,
off.
and some of them are coming from areas where they've experienced fires and tornadoes and earthquakes. So the upside to a hurricane area is that you can plan for it.
The
And you can
person that you're
evacuate, or
with,
you can make the
that you are
precautions that you
feeling
need to
like
take care
is
of.
your twin
But
flame,
people who are looking to sell,
they are not
again, if they're
your
in a high
real.
risk flood zone and if their home was damaged,
So you gotta
you
let
have
them
to
go.
disclose all that. There are a lot of complications that might be going on with FEMA, and reselling the home. One of the concerns that I have had as a real estate agent, and I'm very diligent about with my clients, is if a seller
Okay.
has taken the money from FEMA and for the repairs to their home that was
There's a
damaged,
family
and they just go,
member.
you know what, I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm just going to sell it for what I can sell it for. And they basically take the money and run, so to speak. If they sell it to an investor who is not very scrupulous, and sadly not many of them want to pay attention to the permitting rules and the FEMA rules, they are improving these
A family
properties and
member
putting them back
don't
on the
want
market.
to hear
Unknowing buyers then
it
buy that
from
home,
you, hear
purchase flood
something from
insurance,
you.
and if the work was not done with permits according to
Either
FEMA's
you feel like
requirements,
they're
if they
stealing
have
from
another
you,
incident down the road with flooding and they make a claim with FEMA,
maybe
FEMA
you
is
have
not going
stole
to pay
from
that
this
claim
family
because they
member,
already paid for
and this
repairs,
family
and FEMA
member,
cannot prove that those repairs were made properly, if really at
payback is
all.
a
I mean, they
bitch.
can see that they were
You
made, but
stole
if they
from
weren't made
them, they steal
properly,
from you.
FEMA's not going to pay that flood insurance claim.
I think that's a really good tip, especially for folks as they try to figure out the next steps with the weeks and days and even the season ahead. Thanks so much for all of these good tips. That was a really good one.
Really, they didn't steal from you. If you stole from them, they just taking back what you took from them.
Eileen Bettinghouse. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, now tell me.
I want to take you now to Syracuse,
Okay,
New York,
what is
we're
she
looking at
saying?
a hazy sky off into the distance. Notice the temperature, though. That's really the big talker here across the Northeast, that we've had some really warm temperatures.
Tell me about this. What is she saying?
To shift our focus, because this is all going to come to an end eventually. By tomorrow, thunderstorms are likely, if not even earlier into today, where we have a couple of scattered showers that may start moving in later this afternoon. Let's focus on, though, the temperatures, as we have temperatures in the 80s up and down the I-95 corridor. We're 6 degrees warmer than this time yesterday in New York City, 81 up into Boston. We're going to continue this trend at least through the latter half of today, and then there it is, that front that comes sweeping through, and we'll have
what is
rounds
she
of showers
communicating?
aiming towards the Northeast through tomorrow into even Saturday, and possibly the start of Sunday for some areas. Here's a look at some of the worst hitting areas. So Pittsburgh could see a good chance of thunderstorms by Sunday. Rain along the I-95 corridor from Baltimore and into New York.
There is
and the overall setup
a
is that
deceased mother
low that's sweeping through. That's going to continue to add to those
trying to communicate with
a separate low a little farther to the
this
north
karmic,
across Canada, an associated cold front that's going to sweep through, and that's going to surge up
initial
all of
J.
this moisture in the northeast once again. So for our areas like Syracuse, we just took a look at you. You have some unsettled weather heading your way into early next week. For an area like New York and down through Baltimore, that may result in a couple of
The spell that you are trying
heading
to
into Monday too.
have
We could see some of
reversed.
this happen today with that initial cold front that's moving in. We'll watch a 2 out of 5 threat set up for areas like Syracuse.
Trying to take that.
All of this and more don't go
It's a
anywhere.
completion. You can't take that spell back. You did a pregnancy spell. You can't take that back.
He helps me work. He helps me play. He helps me around the house.
You can't take
We
that
share
back.
everything.
You're gonna have to have that baby.
Because I protect him with Nexstar, the fast-acting 30-day flea and tick topical.
Okay, tell me about this X.
Every minute counts. Keep your shared moments special and protect what matters with Nexstar.
Tell me about
Forever
this.
chemicals, or PFAS, are used in
Holy
a variety of
Spirit.
industry and consumer goods. They can be present in our food, our personal care products, and even the water we drink, causing immune dysfunction, reproductive issues, and disruption of kidney, liver, and thyroid function. That's why LK is bringing you this industry-first filter, certified to reduce 2 of the most widely used chemicals in the PFAS group. Learn more at lk.com.
Oh, okay. So this is a message from the divine to the karmics and the chosen ones. Okay, all right. Y'all wanna do it like that? Okay, let's do it like that then. Okay. Ooh. Somebody's ex is sacrificing people. Tell me more about this ex sacrificing people. What, in your family or something? Okay, this ex that is sacrificing people or have sacrificed people,
Legendary with great decisions. How much do you want for it? $600K.
he will suffer hardship.
Right people.
He or she will suffer hardship.
Look what I got. This is super cool. Lucky for you, what happens here doesn't stay in Vegas. I might just be nuts for buying these things. Well, it's not Bible History Channel, only on Samsung TV Plus.
This person could be in North Carolina.
Welcome into Fox Weather Live. I'm Steve Benner. It's Hurricane HQ week here, of course, at Fox Weather. So you're going to have a front row seat to what's going to be happening in the hurricane season. And while the Atlantic hurricane season is underway, Mother Nature's not holding her breath for now. No tropical.
Somebody's hair's falling out.
7 days thanks to a mix of hostile winds in Sahara dust. We'll dive deeper into that.
And so somebody may be,
It's a bit hazy right now. We'll get to
somebody's going to suffer hardship in North Carolina, maybe.
Let's talk about the severe weather season.
And
Everything that we are seeing pop up.
somebody's hair is falling out. They may be in North Carolina.
Kansas, where they had a tornado warning that's active. Brandon Coppins on another one. And then you look at the gloomy southeast. Here's the northeast. 3 different locations we're talking about.
This
right
person
now.
talks fast.
Northeast, more of an isolated threat. This is moving.
Their hair is falling out.
Syracuse and Binghamton. But notice this, the Stafford is alive right now. 20 severe thunderstorm warnings, 2 tornado warnings, 12 flash flood warnings, and over 10,000 lightning strikes, which means we got a whole lot of instability and action ahead tonight. And this is only the beginning of a conveyor belt of storms for down south. So let's get you caught up and everything that's happened today, what you can expect for the remainder.
Karma is happening for the karmics right now.
Into the weekend.
It's going on right now. Tell me about Jerusalem.
They're going to be impacting some big areas. OKC, by the way, they have a severe thunderstorm warning just south of the metro area. And you think about it's night one for the NBA Finals. How many people are going to be in town that aren't familiar with this? And look at that. 2 confirmed tornado warnings for the alert system. And that is where our guy, Brandon Kopic, has
Or is it Jerusalem?
So he's showing you areas where there's multiple vortices coming down. I'm actually
Okay, no, it's not Jerusalem. Most of these karmics, God did not tell you that this was your person.
Looks like a funnel from this vantage point, but we've seen it kick up dirt and debris on the ground. Thankfully, you'll notice in the foreground, this is a rural area, and so not many people being impacted. This is leaving New Mexico, entering into Texas. The location we have with Brandon Kopic is Morton, Texas. This is about 19 miles west of Morton right now, where he is at. You can see now that this is taking shape and form. It is fascinating to watch all of this unfold. Team, I don't know if we've got the comms with Brandon, if that's possible, if we can talk with him as this evolves. But notice how fluid the atmosphere is. You can see that inflow.
So the karmic's intuition has been cut off.
Tightening of that vorticity at times. I'm going to see if I can talk with him real quickly here. Hey, Brandon, it looks like you're on that confirmed tornado. Fascinating visual. Walk us through what you're seeing right now. As we continue to kind of look through this to see exactly what is unfolding, I'm getting word that this is moving east at 20 miles per hour. Again, a very rural area. Working on this to see if we can talk with Brandon as he's watching this evolve in real time. Hey, Brandon, this is Steve. Fascinating to watch this tornado take form. Walk us through what you're seeing.
Hey, Steve, just watching this thing closely right now. I'm having a little bit of white balance issues with the camera. This supercell is rapidly rotating. It briefly was fully condensed, but...
Let me show you one more thing.
So you could hear, okay, so Brandon was white balancing for everybody at home. What he's trying to do is depict between the gray palette and that bright sunlight that's in the background to give you a great visual. Notice that maybe there's not necessarily that tornado or the funnel that's distinguished, but notice the other side of this thunderstorm still rotating very rapidly. And then beyond the farmland where you see the water hoses, you'll kind of see off in the distance some other portions of this lowering as well. Looks like there might be areas of multiple spots of rotation. This is kind of a difficult spot to get comms and talking back and forth, but we'll see if we can get Brandon back on.
Give me a minute. I'll be right. Okay, I'm back.
Let's clear this out and look at those areas that could be impacted here shortly. Remember, we talked about 20 miles per hour due east. We have a good sense of where that rotation is, of course, because on your
Taurus is involved.
and, of course, with the velocity.
Somebody is a Taurus. I mean, a Leo.
Gives us a hopeful sign.
Somebody is a Leo. I saw a Leo.
Those other structures, but this is one of many areas that are going to be in a potential threat for tonight. I want to show you. We'll continue to watch this develop as this is kind of rapidly evolving. But notice that spot right where Brandon is at is actually where they have a tornado watch. 9 p.m. Mountain Time, 10 p.m. Central Time. Also up into southwestern Kansas, southeastern Colorado, they have a tornado watch. It's 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Central Time. That's actually where we have Corey Gerken, and he's been on that visual as well. And so showing you this is the 2 pocket areas where they've had the 3 to 5 at risk for today. And so a great job by the Storm Prediction Center and the Fox Weather Forecast Center highlighting those spots and
Yeah, spirit intoxication.
Notice that it kind of almost looks like it's happening, and I can't tell if it's maybe just the
It is true. These karmics is spiritually intoxicated.
And then in the front of it, you have that apparent dust devil and very strong rotation at the surface. There is strong rotation at the surface. Is it connecting, though? It looks like it's getting it difficult to find the mid-levels. Notice the wheat fields or maybe the tall grass that's in the foreground, how that's kicking up. Wind is going to be a concern with this, damaging wind gust up to 70, 80 miles per hour.
Yeah, your karmics failed the test. Your karmics failed.
Start looking at areas just south of Oklahoma City, Moore and Norman. They are under a severe thunderstorm warning. This was a spot that had the potential of a tornadic conditions not too long ago. Jane was tracking this. You think about 48 hours ago, 2 days ago, they had a brief TDS.
And tell me about this.
Debris signature at the surface and damage. What this means is the frequency of this damage
Okay.
in the same areas time and
A,
time
B,
again.
C, D.
Remiss if I didn't tell you, you have the NBA Finals. You got hundreds of thousands of people that live in Oklahoma City, of course, and then you got a bunch of people that
Other
travel out of town
religions,
to root on
third
the
party
Pacers taking on the
pregnant.
Thunder. And
Oh.
it's a problem. The concern with that would be how many people are driving.
Somebody in
the arena.
Africa?
KCOM Arena, of course, is an indoor event. Once you're inside, hopefully you have
With
that
the initial
structure,
A, B, C,
and
D.
barrier from you and a threat. The concern would be if you're driving and you start seeing these type of storms take shape. Now, Brandon
Has a third party pregnant.
that same overall system. It shows you how quickly this can evolve. Also, notice how fascinating this is, team. I don't know if we can bring this up into the telestrator, if that's all possible, or if we just want to bring his full screen. But notice on the right-hand side of your screen how there's that dust and dirt kicking up. That is actually the inflow. You can see it rapidly rising. So as we drop the banner for you, I know this is all evolving quickly. Great job for the team bringing that up full.
At least 3 women.
Notice that the Fox Weather Alert System confirming that this
And
is in
again,
County, Texas, in Bailey County, Texas, until 5:45 Central Time.
they are
This is the
third
storm
parties.
that we have Brandon on. Overall, it did have strong rotation in New Mexico. It has fallen apart at times as it's entered into Texas. Now, that's because it's just cycling. This is evolving quickly, but when you look at the right-hand side of your screen, you can almost
Capricorn
tell
involved.
the wind is derived out of that direction at the surface, and then the rotationary element at the middle of your screen, where you actually see the lowering of the cloud deck, is coming out of a different direction. And you
Somebody has a tongue
in
piercing.
real time, just watch this rotation happen. Now, the white balance has been extremely difficult because Brandon is on the eastern side of this storm, and then the sun is obviously on the western side, punching back through. And now notice this, great job by Brandon showing you that funnel that is evolving in real time right here. So there, of course, is the funnel that's coming down. At times, this has connected as a confirmed tornado. This is what I was talking about before. You have the wind that's coming in with
And
the
somebody is
you
a
have the
daycare worker.
and the upper atmosphere coming in this direction. So when you play it out, you can tell that rotationary element at times.
Family.
Looking at this here with the height of these storms, I mean, it's been impressive how
Those that are karmics is doing is the daycare worker
to 61,000
and family members that their intuition has been cut off. Tell me about this.
Areas of rotation. This is what we call a wall
Too
clock. This
stubborn
entire
to
area
move.
is rotating along with that funnel. It is extremely difficult to get that
Tell me about
clear
this.
vantage point in view just because of the sun angle right now. But we have not only Brandon on this storm,
Wow.
but we have Corey on another
Somebody
storm
going homeless in July.
we are locked in not only on the severe season, but of course,
Tell me
entering
about
into the
this.
tropical season, passing those stories along with the Atlantic hurricane season. Here is Corey's shot, by the way, in Ulysses, Kansas, where you're watching all of those storms just north of Oklahoma and into spots like southern Kansas, how this will all unfold.
Oh.
The seasons, there's an overlap. Up next, the Atlantic hurricane season is off to a mild start, but we will take a deeper dive onto why that is and how long those conditions are expected to be locked in for. Plus, the road to recovery after violent hurricanes is long and arduous. But one relief group
Okay.
takes the burden off people who have lost
Someone
talking with the founder on that.
Someone is too stubborn to move.
Look at what we can expect as we go through 2025.
A scum landlord.
Stay with us here on Fox News Live.
And a deceased loved one has come in to speak.
Now is the time to review your
So this
insurance policy.
deceased loved
Make sure
one
your
has
home,
been speaking
car,
to
and
this
valuables are
landlord.
protected from the damage from wind and flood. Talk to an insurance
And
agent.
it's getting
Make sure you
stronger. They're
understand
trying to
about
tell
what's
them
covered and what's not. A quick check
something.
today can save thousands tomorrow.
I guess to
Stay
move.
informed, stay protected, stay safe.
But they're too stubborn to move. I don't know whether it's move out or what. I don't know. Yeah.
Longing for
I don't know.
connection? Right now, Long Fence is offering 25% off fences, decks, and pavers. Contact Long Fence today.
What do you drink when you win 8,500? Drink the milk. There is life outside of racing. Maybe that helps me get a go from 100 days to
Anything else from this deck?
Sign up at foxnation.com. Hello, America. I'm hosting my first ever game show on purpose. It's called What Did I Miss? We took 4 contestants and isolated them for 90 days. No phones, no TVs, no clue. Now we
And
get to
there's a
answer
lawyer choking.
Sean Hannity's money, maybe.
All I keep imagining is like the world just being burned down.
What do you guys think?
This lawyer needs to... Okay. Ooh.
A Fox Nation game show. Streaming now. Only on Fox Nation.
Now, I don't know if this lawyer is in an eating competition or wants to be in the eating competition. If this resonates, if this lawyer is in it, going in the eating competition or whatever, he's going to end up getting choked. So he needs to, I don't know.
Common sense
Is our common ground. We're telling your story.
Is the most important story.
And we're not afraid to tell it.
where American values unite us.
And don't divide us.
This is a time to come together.
For you,
For me,
for all,
For all America.
for all America.
Yosemite National Park, 1,200 square miles of soaring cliffs, cascading falls, and endless groves of sequoia.
Somebody is being set up over someone's will. And this could cause this person to have mental issues.
Believe you were sent by God.
yes,
Or this person has mental issues.
I think that we live in
Or this person set up a will and probably didn't leave them anything, money or anything, and it caused them mental issues. And I hear him screaming, no.
Yeah, welcome back into Fox Weather Live. Let's get right into the severe threat. As we look at Brandon Koppick's shot out of Morton, Texas.
This person was expecting something.
This is a confirmed
Tell me more about this wheel. Tell me about this more about this wheel. Something had to go on.
Very difficult to distinguish where the tornado is as of right now. I just want to show you the stats, by the way. This is a widespread threat. You're talking about over 54 million people in that threat. right now, and you're looking at one of those storms and how violent it can be.
Oh.
The dust that's kicking up.
Divine says you're receiving your
All
karma.
the stats that you just saw, that was the beginning of the event. The worst
Oh,
event expected in the
okay.
hours ahead and overnight. This system is volatile, and there's plenty of energy and juice in the atmosphere. When you look at the tornado watches, it goes into the evening time. It turns into a nighttime event, of course, where you're not going to have this line of sight like Brandon has. And
Tell me
Corey has
about
had
this.
in the past hour or two as these storms take shape. Notice, though, how difficult, even with the daylight, it is to distinguish where is that tornado. By the way, I want to do a quick update. Oklahoma City been lifted out of that severe thunderstorm warning that was just south of you. That is a hopeful sign, but notice there are still storms that are popping up nearby. Let's get back into where Brandon's at. You can see his icon on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, and then his visual. So it shows you what storm he is looking at right now. All that dirt that's kicking up a few hundred feet in the atmosphere, somewhere wedged into that light gray is a rotationary element that's lowering and potentially a tornado.
Right-handed.
Line of sight because of the white balance, and now it's just difficult because of the amount of rain.
Tell me more about this. Holy Spirit, tell me more about this.
Precip storms. The rain rate is excessive at times, and you can't really see much. There's Corey Durkin, by the way. He is up just to the north. He's in a considerable threat because of 70-mile-per-hour winds and a tornado possible tag in southwestern Kansas. So we're talking about multiple states, millions of people into the severe season. This is where Corey's at right now, Ulysses, Kansas, where you not only have the tornado possible, you got egg-size hail and nearly hurricane-force gusts that's coming down. All of this has evolved and rapidly grown quickly. So we will watch it closely as this evolves over the next several hours.
Okay, now.
Now, when hurricanes strike, so many families are left to grapple
There's
with
someone in there is someone in
it's not just their home.
sorority
Insurance doesn't always cover the cost of rebuilding. That's
with
where
the letter C.
comes in. He's the founder of Emergency RV, a volunteer group that's delivered
You're right-handed.
RVs to people who've lost everything during natural disasters. After
Single.
Woody helped dozens of families, and the impacts have been profound. Take a listen to this.
This person may be befriending you, and they're saying you could talk to them. They're trying to be your friend.
That was donated. I now have a new home. I don't need anything else.
But they are stalking you.
Inside this trailer.
And as we focus in on our hurricane,
You need
and how that will translate into the upcoming season. I mean, I know we're in it.
Take care of this. Why is he stalking? He or she stalking? Why is this person stalking?
For everybody that's just hearing about you for the first time, you and I have spoken.
Why is this person stalking?
Can you give everybody a sense of what Emergency RV has done over the last year with the donations for, of course, hurricane relief and overall natural disasters? And then,
why is this person stalking?
Overall?
Good to see you, Steve, and thanks for doing this segment. Now's the time to prepare for sure. We come in after the fact, after folks.
Why is this person being stalked?
Didn't have flood insurance. That's not part of the homeowner's policy. When people lose everything and find themselves on the brink of homelessness, we bring in donated RVs that come from all over the country, from RV owners. We take RV donations that are in good working order, and all the
why is this person being stalked?
Full appraised value as a tax write-off, and then we shelter these families who lose everything. We prioritize veterans and first responders. Those folks are there for the rest of us, but we'll help any family who finds themselves on the brink due to no fault of their own, just because they weren't ready from an insurance standpoint.
And let's talk more about that, Woody, because insurance, it's a tough topic to talk about. What should people know about insurance, especially when you're looking at something like this where it may be a temporary...
Oh, you married.
Well, the number one cause
you're married.
Is flood surge and a hurricane or flooding, and your insurance policy, your homeowner's insurance
you're
policy
married.
does not cover that. You have to have be a part of the National Flood Insurance program, and you can only.
So you're in a sorority.
After you buy that insurance, so you need to be preparing now for it. And also, a lot of times people just look at their
Wait a minute.
insurance
You're
policy
single,
amount
right?
versus what's actually covered. You need to make sure you got more coverage than you're probably thinking, and just ask your insurance agent.
Maybe this man
Worst possible thing happens here.
that is
For those folks
stalking you
that don't have it together like that,
is
we're
married.
we're a group of volunteers, and we've been
He's
doing
trying
this
to
since
befriend
2018,
you.
following the Camp Fire that destroyed Paradise, California. We've helped over 350 families all over the United States.
I'm hearing this a teacher.
Following these natural disasters with shelter.
Yeah, we mentioned how profound your work is with the organization. I mean, it's touching hearts of everybody across America. I actually talked with one woman at a heartbreaking story last fall on this show. She actually had lost her sister after Helene, and her daughter had cancer. I'm sure
You're into music?
Talked about this. I want everybody at home to take a listen to that interview.
Oh.
You feel like you lost everything, and nobody can fix that in a day. You're saying
Confusion.
I've lost.
Somebody's confused.
And then
Either
for somebody to say no,
the teacher or you. Confused about what? What is this confusion?
And so
Why
you
is
do a
this
great job
person
following
being
up with these
stalked?
families. Can you talk about that process? That it's important for people to know that you're still there even after gifting the RVs.
Yeah, a lot of these families are part of our family now. It's so touching to be able to help somebody who's not expecting that kind of help from just fellow Americans trying to help each other. I mean, a lot of times, FEMA and these orgs, they do good work, but it takes them forever. There's a lot of bureaucracy, and we're just people helping people, and we're able to get there right after the storm, or even
Sagittarius involved?
And these families, again, they're part of our family, and we're so happy to be able to help these good folks. These are tax-paying citizens. They're doing everything right, and then through no fault of their own,
somebody's doing mirror work.
Lost everything. So.
Okay, so this teacher that is a husband, you're into music.
These amazing RV donors who, may not be using their RV anymore, and they can donate it to us.
Okay, this is what you have done.
It's just a beautiful thing.
It's powerful.
Okay.
You mentioned a lot of times you're
this karmic.
You're there right in the thick of it, so you saw directly what happened.
This karmic
during the hurricane season.
Was stalking somebody in a sorority with the letter C, right-handed. They were single, and they was into music.
And I think one of the things we always ask these families, if you're willing to share something you lost that meant the most to you.
You did mirror work on this person too. You, the karmic, did this to a sorority. He's married.
Onto the web on a private.
You were calling yourself being nice to this sorority, but you was doing mirror work on this sorority, and it backfired. Now your ass is confused.
To get the full replacement cost of your house.
Yeah, you wanted a relationship with that person.
Really, really important. Or you could very well find yourself living in a donated RV.
Okay. Meanwhile,
we still have hundreds on our waiting list
right now. The chosen.
Seems like it never goes away.
Yeah, it's great advice. Making sure you have that go bag and talking to the insurance adjuster now.
Your army is coming in.
Make sure you know where you stand for this
Your
season.
spiritual army is coming in.
More importantly, thank you for everything you're doing for everybody in the
around the new moon.
And up next, we're going to take you to a wild scene.
Bringing romance into your life.
When a Missouri DOT
your spiritual army is bringing romance into your life.
You can see the cars and the trucks.
Yin Yang is going to be the good relationship.
A confirmed tornado warning was issued for Chesapeake.
They say you have remembered who you are. And you are manifesting heavy, so you're manifesting this romance heavy. And everything else. Archangel Gabriel is with you. You are now facing the truth.
This weekend we'll see more clouds, and of course, that means rain.
You all will be going on vacation and have a new life together. So that's what the divine wants to tell the karmic and the chosen ones. Yeah. So this school teacher, he's a mess, ain't he? I'm going to end it right there, and I'll get back to you all with another reading later. Y'all have a blessed day, rest of the day, and I'll be back later. Bye.